much, and just too many tanks. When you have that many tanks, I guess it doesn't really matter if you don't have enough vultures. Not even a dozen speed upgraded zealots are even going to really get there and be able to do too much damage. We see one arbiter produced, but Shuttle's going to need a couple more arbiters to come out. He is building them, but he really needs some stasis. He hardcore needs some stasis. If he doesn't get some stasis out soon, this could be really, really bad. And we see a couple arbiters coming out. Will they get EMP'd? If they get EMP'd, that could be a huge problem. They do! Wait, no, never mind. Those were the Goliath missiles, not an EMP missile. My sorry. But it doesn't look like Shuttle really has a lot of forces at his base, and his natural expansion is at risk right now. It is going to get tanked. He's going to lose a lot of probes. And we see a lot of gateways being built to the bottom left as well. So he's going to try and start rebuilding at least some of his base, so he has a second reinforcement area. But there's a huge, huge problem right now for Shuttle. Shuttle also taking base on the bottom right, so that'll give him his 6th base. But it looks like he's going to lose his natural expansion. I can't see. He has already lost it. And he might be able to come in with a pincer movement with the troops that he already has out in the field, plus the zealots and things that he is producing at the top left base. But this is looking really, really bad for Shuttle. These zealots are coming in. He just lost a dozen zealots, did absolutely no damage. I think that combined, they maybe got like 3 hits in. Absolutely terrible for him. And it looks like Shuttle might actually go for the 3 o'clock base. I think he needs to do something with this army. His army is out right now. His army is there. I think he needs to push on this 3 o'clock base. It looks like DarkElf realizes this as well, pulling his army back, gonna try and save this base. If he can save this base and take down this army for Shuttle, I think he can take pretty much a dominant lead. Kind of a wasteful storm there, only catching a couple of vultures. I think he should have saved that for the tanks. Actually, the High Templar actually may have fallen there, so maybe it was just an emergency shot. And some Dragoons being caught here by vultures. A lot of vultures have been produced, following up those tanks, and now Shuttle is just in a whole world of trouble. He is in a really bad spot right now. He is very much spread out across the map. He's lost his natural expansion, and it looks like DarkElf might actually be pushing at the bottom left-hand corner, in which case he might be able to push on 2 bases there, and Shuttle's just in a whole lot of trouble right now. He's doing a probe transfer right now to the bottom left. This is absolutely the wrong time to do a probe transfer. They're about all to die. I hope they saw this. I hope the observers see this and we can see them all die. And I think they actually might have, there were other transfers somewhere else, so they're already dead. But yeah, this siege push coming in at the bottom left is going to do a ton of damage. Some couple arbiters coming in here. I don't even think 2 stasis is going to be enough to stop this push. That side vessel is following them around, and no, it did not get the it did not catch those arbiters. So those arbiters still do have energy. Might be able to do something here. Might be able to maybe cast a stasis on the ramp, just try and stay alive. See a couple arbiters there as well. And they're actually at risk. They actually do get EMP'd. One of the arbiters goes down, and troops coming in from the back from Shuttle as well, going to catch some of the back tanks. Those should all go down. And good stasis did go off here. Shuttle also bringing in some more vultures from the back. Might actually be able to do some damage here if he can get a good storm. Great storm going off, catching a lot of those siege tanks. If he can bring in some Dragoons, those Dragoons are going to come in, going to be able to take this down. Another great stasis going off, catching a couple more tanks, but it just doesn't look like Shuttle just doesn't seem like he has enough units. DarkElf, even though absorbing a couple of stasises, taking a couple of storms in the mouth, looks like he's going to be able to keep this tank push alive, especially once those 2 groups come out of stasis. We're going to see Shuttle in even more trouble than he already was. He does have that base at the bottom right hand finished, so he still has a lot of money coming in, still should be able to produce out of most of his gateways, even as he's bleeding right now and losing troops. Even though he doesn't have a huge troop count on the ground, he's going to be able to continue producing. Now we're seeing the probes leave the 9 o'clock base, going to try and maybe be transferred somewhere else. But I don't know where they can really be transferred to. Bottom right is going to be dangerous. Bottom left is going to be too dangerous. It looks like they're just going to be transferred home. But now the vultures have caught them. And I believe this is the 3rd probe transfer that has been caught by DarkElf on Shuttle. And Shuttle has lost a lot of probes that way, even though DarkElf hasn't gone too heavily in terms of disruption play, going for a lot of economic harassment. He has actually been able to kill a lot of probes just through these probe transfers, and we see another arbiter go down for Shuttle. And things are looking quite bad right now, I have to say, for Shuttle. He has lost the base at the 3 o'clock position, has lost his natural expansion, so he's operating off of the 3 mains right now, but I believe there are a couple of tanks at the bottom right as well, so that base might be going down shortly as well. Yeah, there are a few tanks there. All he has to do is unsiege them. He can just push them in. He doesn't even need to worry. 2 cannons is not going to be able to stop 3 tanks, so he could easily just push in there and take down that base as well. And the bottom left is definitely being slow pushed right now. Storms coming in also, and a big attack coming in from Shuttle from the back. A lot of zealots are going to get in among the tank line, and the Dragoons in the back are also getting some damage done. but there is yet another sandwich play, sandwiching a sandwich by DarkElf. Great strategical play right now, coming in here, and I think he's going to be able to catch a lot of these forces. They're organized incorrectly for Shuttle. The Dragoons are in the front, Zealots are in the back, and that is not where he wants to be. He is able to pick off one of the science vessels, might actually be able to pick off the second science vessel. That could help, but no, unable to do so. Going to maybe get to the top of this ramp and try and hold out up on top. With some well-placed storms, he could be able to hold out. But this base at the bottom right is going to go down, and Shuttle's only going to be mining off of 2 bases shortly enough. In fact, both players' mains are mined out. So really, Shuttle's only going to be mining off the bottom left very, very shortly. And DarkElf is still mining, I believe, off the 3 o'clock. Maybe his natural expansion might be mining as well, but that natural expansion is going to be almost out. However, he is taking the natural expansion on the bottom right base as well. And Shuttle, I think, is going to go down here. He's really only mining off of 1 base, and he doesn't have much of an army out on the field. I can't foresee how he would really produce enough units, just sheer number of units, just to beat what DarkElf has on the ground. It's going to be a tall order for him. That is absolutely for certain. And DarkElf looks like he's not going to push right now, not going to try and press his advantage. It looks like he's playing a little bit more conservatively right now. Just trying to take what he's taken, the new base at the bottom right, that natural expansion. Looks like he's just happy to take that base and maybe hold out for macro up more of an economic lead here, even though he doesn't really need to. I have to say, with that, just looking at that army that he has on the ground, he should be able to just wander in and just obliterate what Shuttle has right now. You look at Shuttle, it's maybe a couple dozen Zealots, a dozen 18 Dragoons, and a few High Templars. That's not going to be able to stop that force. I know there are three or so Arbiters out, but there are enough side vessels, just are enough forces that he can absorb a stasis or two, and should still be okay. And usually when you see Protoss players with their blobs moving across the stream, they just look a lot more impressive, but right now that blob is just not looking all that impressive, at least not to me. And I think DarkElf, Jesus freak, look at that tank count, just huge, massive numbers of tanks right now. And Shuttle looks like he's retaking the base at the bottom left natural expansion. If he can get that back and up and running, get a second base going, he might be able to work his way into it if DarkElf plays this conservatively and doesn't really push. But DarkElf's actually taking the base at the bottom right main as well, I think. So he's not really gonna. The Shuttle is just in a bad spot right now. He can try to expand again, try and take 2 bases at the same time, but like I said, he's militarily at a disadvantage right now. So it's going to be tough for him to hold on to it. And on the other hand, if he doesn't, long term, he's going to fall behind economically. So it's some tough decisions that Shuttle has to make. And I don't even know what the right one is for him, to tell you the truth. It's just a really tough spot right now. But for Protoss fans, that's for sure. And it looks like Shuttle might actually be going in for an attack here. I don't think this is wise. I don't think he should be engaging right now. But I think he's going to go for it. Diffusing a lot of those bombs. Still has some Zealots left. Getting a great stasis off. But now comes the EMP, so no more stasises are going to go down. There's just too many tanks. Shuttle is not going to be able to push this back. Absolutely not. He should withdraw right now, and he is. But he lost too many Dragoons already, and losing another Goliath, or another Arbiter there. So, yeah, he's going to GG. Shuttle is going to GG. Just too many tanks left for DarkElf. We're going to see this going to an ace match, folks. Ace for ace. This should be a ton of fun. I am really excited to see an ace match on Tornado. Like I said, I am expecting this to be a ZVZ, go rush for ace, and, well, any one of 3 members for STX, so Calm, Modesty, or By Hero. Calm is their best Zerg. By Hero is probably their second best overall Zerg. And Modesty, from what I understand, from what I've read, and from what he's been played, Modesty is kind of a ZVZ specialist. So if they assume that Go Rush is going to be coming out, then Modesty might be a good choice. Otherwise, Calm or By Hero is probably the best choice. But other than that, other possible ace match options, Cal for STX Soul possibly, but I haven't really seen too many. Really, I haven't seen anything other than Zergs really on Tornado. And for Air Force Ace, maybe Ruby. That'd be about the only other idea other than sending out Go Rush would be Ruby. So we'll see what happens. Where this is going to an ace match, Air Force Ace versus STX. So I will see you there. This should be a whole lot of fun.